Reddit. What's a weird rule you live by? If a restaurant has an item on the menu named after the restaurant, that's what I'm ordering. You don't put your restaurant's name on a shitty dish. There's a restaurant back home called the Flying Burrito. Naturally, the first time I went there, I ordered the Flying Burrito. It was a damn good burrito, but it didn't fly. Just wait 12 hours. No 0 days. Don't feel like working out today. Then just do a few sit-ups instead. Trying to write a book. Just write 1 or 2 lines a day. Instead of not doing X. Just do the bare minimum. If it's important, you'll end up pushing yourself to do more anyway. Whenever I'm mad or frustrated at a loved one, friend, or dog, usually the dog, I think of the eventual day when they're gone and all I want is one more day with them. Also, never pass up a chance to pee. Always park in the farthest available parking space. Never have to fight for parking, and it's not gonna kill me to walk. I live in Texas. The heat changes nothing. I do this in part because I suck at parking. Principle of least regret. When making a choice, asking myself which option would I be more likely to regret not taking down the road. This tends to push me to try new things, to act rather than to observe passively, and to engage more with the world. I have a rule of 3. When people ask me to do things with them, I can decline twice, but the third time I'm invited to something I have to go regardless of interest. Always thank the bus driver. Always. Do not watch trailers for movies I'm definitely going to watch. I'd risk sitting through a bad movie than have major plot points ruined by trailers. Also, experiencing a movie without knowing anything about it prior is amazing. I live by this rule as well. I had no idea what I was getting myself into when I saw Mad Maximum, and holy shit, I was on the edge of my seat. This would not have been possible if I had watched any preview. Always check the back seats before getting into my vehicle at night. One crime at a time, i.e., if you're going to speed, make sure you're buckled up, your insurance is up to date, etc. Things are only as awkward as you make them. I try to make every situation as comfortable for everyone as possible. Never punt a mushroom. I punted a mushroom last summer and wet mushroom white chunks flew everywhere and one hit me in the eye. Never again. Don't mess with me, homies. Yo. Always choose the stairs. Congratulations. Asperger's. You just got a promotion. Your new office is on the 48th floor. Have fun with that. Yeah. I work on the 23rd. And that's too much. Especially in the summer, when the stairwell is 100 temperatures. Do not eat till you have found something entertaining to watch at the same time. If it buffers, you wait. I don't look at my fortune until after I finish eating the cookie. Always let everyone else take their cookie first. Fate will decide my fortune. Never gamble with the math teacher. Never again. Never again. Never challenge your geometry teacher to pool. I got one turn before he beat me. I went first. I always put the cart back no matter what. I hate doing it every time, but I feel like a big asshole if I don't. When bathing, go top to bottom. Shampoo, conditioner, shave, face wash, soap. Back sack crack. If I try to kill an insect twice and it is still alive, I'll let it live, unless I need to make a mercy killing. I watched a cricket down the drain 3 times yesterday, and each time I came back to get a glass of water he was back, just staring at me, pleading with me. So I took him outside and watched him hop around in the desert Sunday, warming his damp legs after what should have been certain death. It seemed like he knew the bond we had was eternal. I saved his life. And really, he saved mine. Then the dog stepped on him. I have to hand squeegee myself before I get out the shower to get as much of the excess water off me before I use a towel. Dry off efficiency is crucial to my morning routine before work. I don't eat fish. I had a dream when I was 10 that when the world eventually sinks under the ocean, the fish will make me their king for not eating them in my land life. Shrimp are okay because all fish hate shrimp. Upvoting just in case you become the fish king and I have to appeal to your mercy for my fish eating actions. If there's something that you can do today, do it tomorrow. When I get a new magazine, I go through the whole thing and take out all the postcards and rip out any of the perfume pages before I start reading, so I'm not interrupted by a falling piece of cardstock. Don't trust guys with verbs for first names. I don't trust companies with yellow logos. Sprint, Best Buy, Hertz, Shell, etc. Red and blue are much more trustworthy. Don't ask me why. Don't punch things when you're angry. Source: many friends that have done such and been filled with regret and fractured fingers. Don't punch things when you're angry. Only punch things when you are happy. Always try everything twice. If you try something once and you either hate or love it, there's a good chance, in my opinion, that the judgment was mostly derived from novelty of the experience. Thus, trying things again, you can more experience things as they really are. Anything on my Steam wishlist that goes on sale for less than $5 is a must purchase. My buddy goes broke on those sales. He straight up bailed on due nights because he spent all his money on Steam sales. The volume setting must be at a level that is either an even number or divisible by 5. I always keep my popcorn until the movie actually starts. I always see fools who start eating during the trailers and are half done by the time the film starts, and I laugh with my mouth full of popcorn. Wednesday is sushi night. Wednesday is always sushi night. Unless it's been closed due to salmonella, in which case it's always taco night. Never pay less than $1 for a hot dog. Always leave a restroom cleaner than when you came. This little rule of mine has turned me into a sort of vigilante janitor. Little messes add up to big messes, so this keeps them in check. Little messes do add up to big messes. Once someone sees a mess, they think it's okay to make a bit more of a mess. And it's no balls. Just ask my kitchen sink. Never wear a shirt or any merchandise displaying a band TV show that I do not absolutely love or have extensive knowledge about. I would just feel like a poser otherwise. Never talk shit about someone behind their back unless you are willing to say it to their face. Edit: exceptions may apply, as the replies have pointed out. I don't start peeing or pooping until I have toilet paper in my hand. I don't wipe until I'm absolutely done. How do I know when I'm done? I pee, then poop, then pee again. When I'm done pooping, I always have a tiny amount of peeing left to do. I have no idea why. I pee, I poop, I pee again. Not really sure if considered weird, but never mix internet life with real life. This means no sharing of my identity and never meeting people I interact with on the net, no matter how many years I know them for. It lets me keep my internet persona free of the problems of the real life one. If I followed that rule, I would never have married my wife. My life changed for the better, but I understand that you can't always be sure of people. Thankfully, in my case, she turned out to not have a penis when I met her in real life. Don't drink milk out of anything that isn't a clear glass. Edit: oh my goodness. So many why responses. As much as I hate to disappoint, oddly enough, it has nothing to do with spoiled milk, per se, but rather what milk actually is. I've always been extremely weird about animal milk, totally fine with plant milk. I think it's because it's a fluid that it produced from an animal's body, as opposed to a juice from a plant. In my mind, ever since I was a child, I viewed something inherently off about milk. Because of my over 20-year-old issue with milk, I've almost become ritualistic about it. It must be 2% or whole. I first get a clear glass from the cupboard. This glass must be dry with no water droplets, but also must not have dried on water spots or dust inside. I remove the milk container from the fridge and shake it vigorously. I remove the cap, look at the milk and smell it for freshness, and then remove any crust from the opening. I pour and drink almost immediately, as soon as it warms just to the point where the flavor gets slightly sweeter. I can't drink it. It actually makes me gag. Also, even if it's a brand new glass, if I walk out of the room without the glass of poured milk, when I enter the room, I won't drink it. It's wasted. Bizarrely, the date is not of much concern to me. I'm actually a certified National Food Safety Manager in the USA, so I know when milk is bad. I know that the date is a best by date, not a you must use by this date or die date. I've drank milk many times after the date on the bottle. TL Dr. Y. Because I'm probably insane. I will never eat the last of anything we have. I worry that maybe someone else was looking forward to having it and then would be disappointed when they get home because I ate it. Don't duck with other people's jobs. I don't care if it's a co-worker, unless their actions or behavior affect my job directly in a negative way. I'll let it slide. The clerk at the store is being a bitch. Let it slide. Have a shitty waiter at the restaurant. Maybe give a shitty tip, but let it slide. Why do I do this? Because everyone needs a job and everyone has bad days. If they are truly awful at their job, management will notice eventually and take care of it. It's not my job to duck with someone else's job. Never waste a boner. Never trust a fart. You're in for some awkward bus rides. Go for a run first thing every morning. You get your workout done early and the whole day is free. No dreading it. No worrying about fitting in time for it. It's just done. It wakes you up, makes you feel insanely productive all day, and just sets a great tone for the day. I've gotten to the point where I have a hard time functioning without my morning 10-miler. Whenever driving by a cemetery or a funeral procession, I always turn the car radio off to show respect. If you'd be ashamed to say you did something, just don't do it. No horse girls. No drinks in my car. Water is permitted under 12 ounce. Try cleaning a Dunkin' Donuts large farp with extra whipped cream from betwixt your seats. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more of Reddit Universe,